Oh, what a difference 14 years makes. When Rhonda and I came through here in 2007, we stopped at this same rest stop at Kluane River, and we had a full-on blizzard snowstorm. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, so we stopped up here in our little Saturn car, and we didn't stay very long because the snow was coming down so hard and it was starting to stick on the roads. But yeah, we were making little snow angels up here at this same spot. And Blitz wants to say hi. Say hi, buddy.
We didn't have you then, buddy.
No.
We had a different dog.
We did. We had three big dogs and a cat in my Saturn SL2 small car. Yeah. They were a little squished. Hey, good morning. Rhonda is inside finishing off her coffee because you all know how important that is. And then we're going to hit the road to Whitehorse. We stopped a little early yesterday so we can enjoy this amazing campsite that we found. Canada, you have the most beautiful provincial parks. And we got this awesome lakeside campsite last night. We are at Congdon Creek Provincial Park. It is $12 Canadian. For the night, and you do need cash for that. It's a beautiful place. The pit toilets look kind of rustic from the outside, but they're like super clean, and there's firewood included, so you can have your campfire, not spend a ginormous amount of money buying, $7 wood bundles from the camp host. So it's quite a bargain. The lake, oh my gosh, Kluane Lake is gorgeous. So it was a very restful night's sleep. I think we spend a lot more time here, but we are off to Tagish Lake. A friend of ours lives right on that lake, and it should be as awesome as this. We get to mooch dock with him for a little bit of time and go explore the Yukon more. But yeah, go check out the provincial parks. This particular one was first come first serve. 42 sites and some hiking trails. The tent camping area is also enclosed for bears because this is a high bear activity area, so it's enclosed with an electric fence. See you down the road. It's coffee time. Where there's a will, there's a way. And we will find our next new favorite coffee shop. We're in Haines Junction, pulled over kind of on the side up this residential street and found the Village Bakery. It looks like they have coffee, at least online.
All right. So this place is great. They make bread and bakery items and great coffee. Now the coffee is organically grown, locally roasted coffee, so you gotta love that. Very tasty. Mine's a mocha as usual, and not overly sweet and not too much chocolate. So those two things kind of check the box for me when it comes to mocha. Cheers.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
We are at a completely different setting than what we have been the last few nights. We are deep in the Yukon in Tagish, right on Tagish Lake, and we are mooch docking at our friend Sean's place. He's living here. It's his sister's place. He is going to be a full-time nomad here again. He kind of was riding out the pandemic just like we were, but here in the Yukon instead of Alaska. Just bought a brand new, to him, Class C, and he's pretty excited about traveling as well. But we're here with him for a few days, and we're going to go help some friends of his. We don't know these people, but that's what people do. So we have a little bit of an adventure.
I got hands.
Yeah, we got
so
tools.
I can work.
So all that practice at our own cabin. We have been conscripted to, we have been volunteered, I guess. We have been volunteered to help, and that's awesome because we have the tools and we have the know-how. And we're going to take a 10-minute drive, and then we have to get on a boat to get to their place. We're out at this cool homestead, and our friend Sean, boop,
Hi.
brought us out here, and we're going to help his friend Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric Strong. I live in Whitehorse, or Tagish now. I was living in Whitehorse. Bought my childhood home out here so that I could move out here. Eventually this is all going to be a permaculture farm, but we're not even close to there yet. So because of the flood, the actual cabin over there was uninhabitable for this winter, and it was a much simpler option for us to insulate the floor and build a new Arctic entrance on the barn. And so that's what we're doing today. Thanks to Rhonda, Angie, and Sean.
Because of the flood that happened here this summer, we got all these extra sandbags here. We're using them as stabilizers underneath the concrete platforms to level everything out.
Well, and you're doing the Arctic entry.
This is the Arctic entry, yeah.
Okay.
So this will be the main door. Eric will go in and out. This will be sealed for the winter, so it's nice and toasty warm inside.
Good morning. We traveled into Carcross, and of course the first thing we have to do is get ourselves some hot coffee at the local cafe and bakery. So we picked up a yummy blueberry muffin and of course our mocha and latte.
Okay, so we're both a little slow on the uptake here, which is pretty funny. So Caribou Crossing was the original name of the town, well, after the First Nations names anyway, and it was changed to Carcross. I'm like, oh, I wonder what that means. Well, duh, Caribou, car, short for caribou, cross, short for crossing, Carcross, short for Caribou Crossing. Well, this is not the original post office here because that was built in 1902, but this one was built in 1910, and it is the oldest continuous running post office in the Yukon. Okay, well, you know, one thing leads to another, and the really cool Caribou Hotel opened up at 1 p.m. So our morning coffee turned into afternoon beer on the deck here. So these owners have been renovating this place for about 12 years, they said. They opened up the bar right before COVID, had to shut back down again. They were reopened this year. One of the things on the walking tour that I saw was that the third floor is haunted. And I said, okay, is it really haunted? She says, well, before we bought the place, I didn't believe in that kind of stuff, so no. But then after a few years, she was like adamant, yes, this place is definitely haunted. And I'm like, yeah, okay, what types of things have led you to change your mind on the hauntedness part of it? She says, well, footsteps, photographic, any type of electronic equipment not working when it should. Again, the footsteps, and the husband actually saw somebody on the staircase, and just kind of a lot of weird stuff. But if you want to read more about it, and I think we might buy a copy of ourselves, there's a book called Caribou Hotel. Give you all the history of this really cool, unique Gold Rush era hotel. We are at the biggest tourist trap in the Yukon. This is the signpost for us in Watson Lake. We couldn't stop last time. I've been here before, but hey, just wanted to catch it on film a little bit. But this was started during World War II, basically, when during the construction of the Alaska Highway, and GIs were here, and they were, basically tasked to maintain some of the signposts in the area. And one GI, being particularly homesick, took it to heart and added a signpost towards his town in Illinois. And it just ballooned from there, so people come and they put all their signs up all over the place. And oh my God, it's cold and it's hailing. Hell, it's hailing out here. Ah, let's go, I'm getting wet. behind Watson Lake, there's this parking lot right behind the signpost forest right there. And you can park overnight here. I did ask at the visitor center over there if that was okay, and they said it was. The visitor center is all part of one big building. It's a recreation center, a visitor center, and pretty much the one and only coffee shop in town. So it's kind of all in one. And it looks like too they didn't have anyone on staff when I was in there, but at the reception desk. But it looks like you can actually take showers in there too. So if you want an overnight stop and not use your own shower or save your gray tank, I think that's a good option. We spent last night at the Watson Lake Campground. It's a provincial park, $12 Canadian overnight, no hookups, super clean pit toilets, and free wood again for campfires. I'm loving these provincial parks. The site we have is a pull-through site and includes a really large area over here, really big picnic table, and a large area if you're a tenter on top of it, and a nice pit. There's 55 sites here. This loop that we're on is right up real close to Watson Lake itself, and this site that we have, number 46, actually has a trail down to the lake right here. So this is probably one of the best sites with quick access down to the lake. All right, quick walk down to the lake here. A little playground for the kiddos. If I didn't mention it, this was a first come first serve campground, and there's bear lockers if you are tent camping, and nice little boat dock here. So small craft boat launch, nice little dock, and a huge lake, huge. We thought after we left our property in the lake that we wouldn't be hearing loons again, and very nicely last night we were serenaded by the loons, so it's always nice to hear them.
Well, it looks like the upper section here at Watson Lake is closed, and based on the tags that we saw that were still hanging up there, it was about September 11th was the last camper. But what's really cool is we walked up there, and then there's a small trail that links the two parking circles or camping circles together, and it's a cute little trail with lots of ferns and mushrooms and things like that, so it's gorgeous. Unfortunately, don't have any video to show you because we had a camera issue. But if you do happen to camp at either circle and you want a short little hike that's fun, I recommend it.